Hey, I'm Chuck Dransfield, and this is my original artwork of the two greatest witches of all time, Endora and the Wicked Witch of the West. Margaret Hamilton in real life was a very sweet, gentle woman. She had a young son when she was making The Wizard of Oz, and prior to being an actress, a character actress, of course, in Hollywood, she was a kindergarten teacher. So she loved children. And throughout her life, it always distressed her tremendously that so many children were frightened of her. She dealt with this constantly, probably to her dying day. And she always tried to correct the situation by talking to children and just explaining that this was a character she played. In the mid-70s, she appeared on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Sesame Street. Sesame Street, she actually recreated the character of the witch, played it full out, and unfortunately scared a lot of children. And a lot of parents even complained about the episode. So she then did Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, where she just appeared as herself. At that point, she just looked like a sweet little grandmother. And she had a suitcase with her with the witch's costume in it. And with Mr. Rogers, she talked about the role, how it was just a role, just a character. It was just make-believe, and how they worked very hard on that film. And she put the costume on, piece by piece, and then had Mr. Rogers zip up the back. And Mr. Rogers turned to the camera and to the children and said, "Look, even witches have zippers. Even witches have pockets in their costumes." And Margaret stood there in the witch's costume looking so sweet. She did the witch's laugh, a little bit of the cackle, but just wanted it to be clear to children that's all it was a character, and they shouldn't be afraid of her. And also, it's interesting to note, she and Judy Garland were actually close while making The Wizard of Oz. Margaret Hamilton was very nurturing to 16-year-old Judy, and Judy never forgot the kindness.